Now, it's Tea Time with the ProNoun, sponsored by CH Insurance on News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM and live everywhere on iHeartRadio.
Rise and shine weekend. And so what? So it's raining a little bit. Come on, we don't have any snow, do we? Everything is fine. By the way, I got a shout out. I was at Foxfire yesterday. Yes, I was. Scott mowed the greens. He mowed the greens at Foxfire, and I was out there. It was wonderful. I mean, I don't know. It was close to 60, wasn't it? I think 60, 61, 62. Wow. And also, I've got another shout out for Chase Bank, by the way. I spent some time with the executive vice president there at Chase Bank on 57, and would you know, I apologize. I don't have the card with me. I forgot it home. I was in a rush to get here because I was expecting something to happen when I got here, and it didn't happen, but we're going to figure it out at 7:30, not 6:30. Okay, folks, plus another shout out because back in the seat of the co-host of Tea Time with the ProNoun is young Joey Jr., Joe Convertino Jr. is back. And obviously nobody's been listening, according to Joe Jr., to the show because he's not in his throne. So he's back. Let's get a few words from him because a shout out to somebody we met last night. Tell us where we were. I want to thank you very much, Joe, for your invitation to the annual gala of the McMahon-Ryan Foundation.
Wasn't that awesome?
Oh, Joe, please tell us about it. Welcome back.
High five, buddy. Good morning.
High five.
Good
Okay.
morning. Yeah, so you were my date last night, Gary. Linda's down in Florida. We had a table of 10. John Serino, my VP of sales, is on the board, which is boards are very, very, we talked about it last night, to be in the mission and vision of a board. And what a cause for,
a wonderful,
children,
wonderful cause for children who've
to
been
help children
abused. They don't talk about that a lot. It's not a high-profile thing, but they're just there behind the scenes. It is one of the best-run charities that I've ever heard of, Joe.
Right. Now,
Really.
they do a lot during the year. That was the PinWheel ball. And then, knowing you, I did it years ago, 100 holes of golf, Perry, McMahon-Ryan. Did you ever do that?
Joe, I've played 7 rounds in one day.
No way.
Well, that's
In your younger days?
No. I'll tell you who did it though.
The guest we had on.
Yes.
Years or a few weeks back.
Oh my God! Did I forget his name already?
The guy that plays every month.
Yes.
All right, he's a good guy.
Mr. Golf. Yes, he has the Guinness World Records.
Yes. So
Bob Kurtz.
Bob Kurtz. Just a great cause. Glad you could come, and hats off to John Serino.
Yeah, but another shout out, Chip Hotchkins. That's the first time I met Chip. You introduced me to him.
Chip's a great guy, big
wow.
real estate legend, and I walked out with him, Perry, last night with John and Tony, and he says, we're getting together. He wants to invite me, you, and Jack Conger to Onondaga.
Oh, so he's already told you. I wanted to surprise you today with this shout out. He told me before he told you.
He told me.
Oh, he finally did. I thought you were going to keep it a secret.
No, he did. So it was great. Hey,
all right.
Perry, but yesterday where'd you go to try to play golf?
Foxfire. I didn't try.
So,
I played.
Okay, did they mow the greens because you were there? You told them to mow them?
No. But Jim was there, yeah, and the owner, he was sitting right there, and he had Scott. I thought they did something with the fairways, quite frankly. But you know what he did? He blew all the fairways, so it looked like he mowed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Well, we're not playing today.
Why? Come on, who cares? A little sprinkle.
Okay.
It's a little sprinkle.
I've been spoiled, Perry. I've been spoiled.
Yes, you've been spoiled. You played more golf in the last 3 weeks than the people around here have been for 6 months.
Well, it's been some business golf, Perry.
Yes, I know it was big business. Of course it's been big business. We're going to have a good show today.
Okay.
And Dr. Holly Noun is going to be one of our guests in the second segment. She has something to say. I think she has something to say. We're going to find out, and then we're going to go to talk to Tom about the Masters, because the Masters is coming up. We got the big Final Four.
Final Four is next week. The win, place, and
yes,
show
win,
for our
place,
listeners.
And show for the Masters, of course. We'll have 7 or 8 of the high-profile golf community personalities.
Now, what are we giving away?
We're going to give away a whole bunch of things with
swag,
CH
CH
yeah, but
insurance,
$1,000 from Tea Time with the ProNoun.
Okay, good. I thought it might be, play golf with you.
No.
Tips and tricks from Perry Noun.
Tips and tricks. I like Stroke Saver better.
Okay.
I like Stroke Saver. Stroke Saver. Let me see. And what else do we have? I don't have any, but look what I did. I had to jot down my shout-outs.
So Perry, we talked last night a little about goals for the new golf year. Seriously, do you go into the new year with some goals for your game?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
When do you sit down? Is it through the January, February? I know you run around and hit balls, but should golfers do that? Amateurs, right? Do you do that, I assume, right?
Well,
where you want to become better this year?
Okay, well, that depends on who you are as an amateur. If you are a competitive golfer,
okay,
for me, it kicks in right after the PGA show.
Okay.
In Orlando, because I see all the new equipment and I start thinking about the spring, and because it's almost like an early spring season for me, I can play down there a couple rounds, and then you start thinking about it then. But that's just for me. That's just for me.
But
other people don't even think about it. But is it good to jot down a couple of goals? Yes, of course it is. But people who are out there to have some fun, they don't think about golf in January or February or March. But if the weather breaks, who do you think have been supporting all the golf courses in the area with this weather? The 80 to 85% of golfers who don't even have a handicap.
Correct.
Don't know how to compute a handicap and don't care that they don't know how to compute a handicap.
So it was funny. I do some stuff at Metro, those little pack classes. One of the guys
at Metro. What do you mean
Metro
Metro
Fitness is down near my office.
So
one of the guys this week says to me, and it's funny. The reason I bring it up, he goes, he's in shape. He goes, I'm going to rip it 300 yards this year. I go, it's not about length.
It's not. Well,
for us,
there's a very there's a meaningful saying, and it came from the Greeks, the god of the sea, Poseidon. It's not how far, it's how many.
I like that quote. But it's serious. His goal was, I'm going to hit it 300 yards. That's his goal. It's okay for him.
How old is he?
I don't know, mid-40s. Mid-40s.
He probably can't do it.
I know.
But if it's a goal, that's fine.
Right.
Now, how's he going to do that? Is he in training right now to increase
he
his
just works out
club head
every
speed?
other day or something. But he says he's feeling good about possibly hitting it 300 yards.
Wow.
So
300. Where does he play with you?
No, I think he's out at Timber Banks.
At Timber Banks.
Timber Banks.
Well, he is. Well, if he hits it 300 yards, he can drive it to the green on the first hole.
On the first hole. But it's funny. You're a big Sam Snead lover.
Yes, a fan, big fan.
And how funny. We're talking about practice. A quote from Sam Snead.
What does he say?
Practice puts brains in your muscles.
Oh, muscle memory.
Practice puts brains in your muscles.
Brains, memory. Yes.
That's a Holly. That's a Holly line.
Yes, well, we're going to ask her to see what she says about that. You can mention that to her because she's coming on in the second segment.
So that's interesting. So switching gears, Perry, UConn women won by 34 last night.
Impressive. Gino is strutting.
He's loving life.
Is he strutting now?
I know, he's loving life.
Strutting, boy.
I had to go to bed.
Huh? You had to? Okay.
It was about 9:30 when they came out, but they won by 34.
Well, and you can't deny Duke either.
Tonight? Okay, the Final Four. Who do you like, Perry? We got Auburn, Florida.
Yeah.
First game. Duke, Houston.
I'm going to go with Duke, Florida.
Wow.
I'm going to go Duke, Florida. I've been starting to pay attention to Florida. They have 3 3 ball handlers who can take the ball up at any time.
Oh, they're great.
I mean, those 3 guards are great. Come on,
You see
Joe.
how young that coach is?
Yeah,
He looks like, Now-
he's in diapers. He's
Okay.
wearing diapers. I saw the diapers right
it's
through his legs.
unbelievable. I think he looks like he's 22.
He does. He looks like he can play.
But Auburn, wow,
Yeah,
they're mean.
They
They're
are
big.
mean. They are mean.
So I'm going Auburn Duke,
Okay.
and then who do you like in the final?
You're going Auburn Duke. What does that mean? You're
Well,
picking Auburn?
I got Auburn, and then I got Duke tonight, and then in the final,
Oh.
I'm going with Duke.
Yes.
So you have Duke, Florida, and you're going with Duke.
Yes.
All right, so we both have Duke.
Yes, we both have Duke going all the way.
Okay.
Yes. I've been a fan of theirs since Greg Kubek became the captain of the Duke team. The year after he graduated from Shenandoah High School in Clifton Park, New York, and he was one of Dr. Noun's classmates.
So your kids went to Clifton Park?
Yeah, Shenandoah.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep.
They got great sports.
Yeah,
I
and won
thought
the
it
New York
was
State
Christian.
title.
I thought it was Christian Leitner.
No.
That went there.
No.
No, he was a good player.
It was Greg. He was
Greg?
a good player. But Greg went on and became the captain. In fact, Greg started at Duke as a freshman. And he's the only player, to the best of my knowledge,
4 Final Fours.
that played in 4 consecutive Final Fours. Who can say that?
Wow.
Come on, in a 4-year career. Now, by the time he became a senior, he did start the first game in the NCAA playoffs, but he became more of a 6th man after that.
Did you go to high school games back then?
Oh, did we?
So
go?
you saw him play?
Oh, yeah, we saw him play.
Good.
And
Yeah,
I
they're
forgot
great.
the other kid's name. We had another kid that was about his same size, and they called him the Twin Towers.
Really?
Yeah. But Greg was about 6'5", and in high school back then, if you have 2 kids that are 6'5" who could jump and score, you had a chance to go to something. But they won the New York State championship.
No, that's good.
We followed them all over the place.
That's awesome. Were the boys at that school too, or would you move at that point?
We moved when they were there. We did move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
They both graduated from Oswego. Anyway, okay, so and then you do know that Martin Hall. Does the name ring a bell? Martin Hall.
Something with Golf Channel.
Yes, the
I'm
Golf
thinking
Channel.
ESPN or Golf Channel. I don't know.
But 430 episodes. He retired, and I was trying to get a hold of Mr. Hall all day Thursday and part of yesterday. And I decided, I said, no, we're going to call Adam Shupek, who is that great sports writer for Golf Week, one of the finest golf writers in the country, went to Colgate University and played on the varsity golf team. He's going to be our guest. We've had Adam on before.
So he can talk Masters.
He can talk Masters. Absolutely, we're going to talk Masters
Yes.
with him. Oh, we got to go. We got to go, folks. Hang on to your seats. We're coming right back. News Radio 570 WSYR.